What are the three most common ways that people find out that they have a warrant? None of these are good. And I'm going to start with the least common, go to the most common, and then I'm going to tell you how to avoid all of them. So number three, you come back from a cruise or an international flight. They run your passport, discover you have a warrant, and they take you to jail. And this is the one that sucks the most because you're not usually in the place that issued the warrant, and you have to be extradited, which is a horrible process. I'll do a video on that later. You have to be extradited to the place where the warrant was issued. And usually, then that's a horrible, horrible process. That's number three. Number two is you try to go to a military base. You show your ID, they run your ID, find out you have a warrant, you go into military custody. Also sucks. Not quite as bad as number three. Or it sucks, it's not quite as bad as number three, but it's still pretty awful. You want to avoid that. Don't go on to a military base if you think you might have a warrant. Number one, the most common way is you get into a traffic accident or you get a traffic violation. The police officer stops you, looks at your ID, sees you have a warrant, and takes you to jail. Now, those are the three most common ways. Now, how to avoid all of them is you can call a lawyer or a bondsman in the place that you expect has the warrant issued. And they can run you for warrants and check to see if you have a warrant. And usually criminal defense attorneys or bondsmen, I know this criminal defense attorney will do that for free. So if you think you've had police contact, or if somebody said, I've called the police on you, it's worth it before any of those three things happen to check to see if you have a warrant out for your arrest.